Hi, collective. Ishina. Let's get in another quick one. Give me a second. Let me put my little bracelet on. I got bitten by a bug the other night. A little teeny one, too. I felt him. He latched in. Now I've got a bug bite. The monitoring spirits are on the move, collective. My voice is so interesting, collective. And the different inflections, it's almost like, I don't know. Alright. Archangel Michael, I ask that you preside over this reading. I ask that you protect me and my collective as we channel, transmute, and harmonize the energy for the highest good. Ashe, Ashe, collective. Collective, we're using Ocean of Wisdom Oracle cards, okay? I hope that they redo this deck in like a more quality, like material. This is a really nice deck. Maybe a different version of it. Next one is Sixth Instinct Oracle. Plant Spirit Messages, a journey of wisdom, healing, and soul-rooted connection. Okay, collective? These are the decks we're using. And this will be another Plant Whispers, okay? And Plant Whispers are a self-propagating journey, or about, okay, a self-propagating journey to self-discovery and inner wisdom, okay? All right, we have 3 questions. Let's make this quick. Let's go. First question, Archangel Michael, thank you. What should one consider when embarking on their journey to self-discovery? We'll read top and bottom. Okay. Let's see how we'll do it, though. Okay, we got 2. Is the deck in the reverse? Yes. Alrighty. Question 2. Please offer insight or some insight to avoid some of the pitfalls along the way to self-discovery and inner wisdom. What insight would you offer, okay? Was that humble? It might be humility, I saw, okay? No, that would be quite appropriate, collective, okay? You wouldn't want to be too arrogant when learning, okay? Or seeking to learn something new. It could come from anyone or anything around you. So it's important not to be arrogant, right? Because you have some people who feel like they can't learn from children, okay? When children are probably some of the greatest teachers, okay? Like that simple, practical, they offer that simple, practical insight, okay, into life. Okay, let's go. Last question. How will we know when and if we arrive at our destination? The destination point of inner wisdom. I'm getting that sacred place, collective, within. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. I just saw 0404 on the timer. Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday, when the world is much brighter. Ooh, child. Okay, let's go, collective. Let's get it, okay, collective, that's enough. Question number 1. What should one consider when or while or upon embarking on one's journey to self-discovery. We have seashell heart. Definitely consider the heart, right? And we had the seashells earlier, right? With the tiny tots tarot or whatever collective. What is it called? Okay, let's be present. One should consider, it says, seashell heart. Protect your core, but do not make it a fortress. Let it open to the right rhythm. Okay, let's stop there for a second. So your core meaning like your heart, like the covering, I don't know if they call it like the pleura or something like that. There's like a membrane type covering around the heart and organs, right? That's what I'm picturing. But they're saying you need the protective core, but do not make it a fortress, meaning don't overprotect it. Don't smother it to the point where the heart becomes hardened, right? I'm picturing like the third eye, the pineal gland, okay, and calcification, right? So you don't want it to become calcified. It says let it open to the right rhythms. So there has to be a flow, like the rhythm of the heart. There's a beat pattern, right? Like boom, thump, or something, thump, boom, something, right? And each pattern or each person's heart rhythm is unique to them, right? But there's like there's a science there, collective. Like with raising children, right? Which I haven't quite mastered. I'm far from it, collective. But you don't want to smother them, right? At the same time, you want to allow them to be open enough for growth, right? Something like that, collective. Okay, I'm working on that. Okay, that's why I need to be in a suitable environment where me and my child are safe, okay? And we're around people. We're safe, okay? But this is not a good environment for us. We're like plants. And this is the improper environment for us to grow, okay? But I'm working on that. All right. And there's something about seaweed, collective, and kelp. All right, but at the bottom it says, her heart is a chambered nautilus, okay? So it's a nautilus. And with nautilus, I'm thinking about direction, moving things in a direction, as well as boats, right? All right, but let's go, collective. Her heart is a chambered nautilus, both strong and beautifully vulnerable, growing in spirals. So I feel like this talks about the masculine and the feminine energy as well. Knowing, using like hard and soft and varying fluctuations in order to do something, collective, or just be in balance. You can't always say, okay, if you're cleaning something, that hard strokes would be always appropriate. For some types of stains, you need to have a lighter type of brush, something like that, collective. Or if you're painting a portrait, it's about variation, fluctuation is what I'm getting, okay? So I feel like they're saying you have to be aware of both sides of yourself, in a sense. All right, let's go, collective. Mermaid's net. Cast your net of intention. Be clear about what you wish to gather from the sea of possibility. She is a conscious manifester, using focused desire to draw abundance from the cosmic ocean. With this, I feel like they're saying to be mindful of your intentions, okay? Why are you pursuing this path, okay? Why do you want to go and search out this inner wisdom and find this inner voice, right? What is the intent behind it? Okay, so I think that will determine your manifestations, what you manifest, as well as how abundant your manifestations will be, okay? So what is the purpose for going within? Is it to manipulate, to strengthen yourself in order to manipulate others? Or is it, something for a higher purpose? You want to get to know your higher self. Okay, collective, I don't know why I'm talking so much, okay? Let's go. Please offer insight how to avoid some of the pitfalls along the way to self-discovery and inner wisdom. Insight to avoid the pitfalls. I knew I saw it, collective. To be humble, okay? Humble is the portal of limitless improvements. So this is like an inner portal. So we can't be so arrogant to not accept guidance, maybe from the different avenues that it may come from, right? Different sources. Be humble to different forms of life, right? Or life forms. The insects, the plants, right? The animals, people. But not being a pushover. I feel like this talks about wisdom. Knowing when to be hard and when to be soft. Okay? Something like that. And I feel like then, you see how that net is like lighting up with like magical sparkles, stars. Like a multitude of manifestation portals or something, collective. These are like, maybe I'm getting also meridian points or lines within the body. So maybe there's something as well about chi, energy flow, okay? But I feel like this is the key. Is that one must remain humble. But we ain't talking about just the pushover, collective. A lot of times people think humble is like they can just do whatever they want to you. Okay, that's not humble to me. It says humble is the portal of limitless improvements. It allows you to see things with a clear lens, maybe, okay? And then that way you can see what needs to be fixed, repaired, improved, discarded. I don't know, collective. All right, bottom of the deck. Insight. Animal. This one comes out a lot, collective, okay? A strong spirit animal, characterized as a teacher or messenger. So maybe they're saying you must be humble because maybe a lot of your insight, or maybe the catalyst to the insight, to your insight into yourself and inner voice, has a lot to do with your spirit animal, okay? A strong spirit animal characterized, or a lot to do with nature as well. A strong spirit animal characterized as a teacher or messenger that comes in the form of an animal and has a personal relationship to you. And here I'm definitely getting butterflies, collective, because this is the plant read, right? And butterflies love plants, collective. And maybe as well a bumblebee. Something about insects. I think I mentioned insects earlier, okay? All right, we're almost done. Final question. How will we know when and if we've arrived at our destination, where we've made a strong connection with our inner self, okay? Or at least we're getting close in the proximity of our higher self, collective, okay? Something. Let's see, how will we know? Pumpkin. Gratitude. I feel like, yeah, you'll know that you're grateful. You're grateful every day. Every moment of the day, okay, possibly, okay? But it says gratitude, harvest, celebration, where you can pause and honor all that you've grown. I feel like I'm seeing that card in the conspiracy Illuminati card deck with being present, staying present, okay? So I feel like once you learn to be present more often and you enjoy being present, and you're able to maintain that at some level and manifest from that point, I feel like we'll know that we're at least getting closer to the goal. I feel like that is the goal. Gratitude, okay? And there's definitely no way to get there without being humble. All right, how will we know? Oak collective. I'm getting a strong oak tree with like a pumpkin at the bottom, okay? It says oak, and there's an acorn there, okay? Let's see. Strength, legacy, grounded truth, What inner truth are you ready to stand tall and live by? I feel like you'll know because you'll have the strength and the wisdom in order to stand and live in your truth, collective. Okay? And you'll be grateful. And you'll be humble, collective. Your heart will be open, but you won't be a wuss, okay? And therefore, I feel like you have access to many different dimensions, okay? Let's get the bottom of this. We didn't get the bottom of this one. We'll use that one as the mystery. We have beat. Wow, that's pretty too. Grounding, nourishment, passion. I'm getting love what you do, okay? Love, meditation, going within, okay? Love hearing your inner voice, right? Or communicating with your inner and higher self. But forgive me, collective, okay? And maybe someone could benefit from possibly some beats, okay? And yeah, something like that. Grounding, nourishment, passion. What passions live deep within you, ready to be nourished, collective? Maybe someone needs something like the vitamins with the beets. Okay, and I get Swiss chard as well with those leaves, okay? All right, we're about to close it. Collective, my stomach's about to growl. Hopefully it won't. All right, we'll use this as the mystery. Yeah, collective, this card comes out a lot. Seaweed bindings. What once felt like safety may now be what holds you back. Maybe this heart. Someone's too protective of their heart. Gently untangle yourself. So I feel like you're a late bloomer, okay, as is I. But I feel like it's beneficial. But now they want to get you to open up more so that you can go on to another phase of your journey, right? And become closer with yourself. And maybe this humbleness has to do with your self-talk. Because maybe you've had to, build up your heart a lot and guard your heart in an environment where people, maybe you're around a lot of narcissists, collective. And maybe now they want to soften your heart up so that you can move on to this next level of self-mastery, okay? All right. But seaweed bindings, what once felt like safety may now be what holds you back. Gently untangle yourself. The habits, stories, or comforts that now limit your movement. Time to break free. All right, so I feel like this is about breaking free, collective. Okay, and just don't give up. All right, like it if you like it.